In the exciting world of wrestling, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar have fought in great matchups. But their wars of money are more important than their feuds in the ring. Their lives are amazing and make other people want to live like them because they have millions of dollars to spend on big homes, fast cars, and private jets. In a high-stakes match, CM Punk's charm from the city goes up against Brock Lesnar's power from the country. Who has the biggest empire? This question makes you look into their earnings, assets, investments, and net worth in more depth, showing you the numbers behind their success. Celebrity Net Worth says that CM Punk, whose real name is Philip Jack Brooks and was born in Chicago, has a net worth of $12 million in 2025. His rise from the rough independent wrestling circuits to global fame shows how he built his business by being tough and connecting with his fans. Brock Lesnar, a former NCAA wrestling champion from South Dakota, has a net worth of $20 million. This is due to his success in WWE, UFC, and business activities. This $8 million gap makes it possible to look into how each fighter got rich, starting with the thing that makes them most money: professional wrestling. Punk began wrestling in the late 1990s and worked on his skills in companies like Ring of Honor and IWA Mid-South. After signing with WWE in 2005, his pipe bomb speech in 2011 made him famous because it was an honest attack on the company that fans liked. This helped him become a top star. From November 2011 to January 2013, he held the WWE Championship for 434 days, which was the sixth longest rule in the company's history. Punk made a total of $1 million in 2011, $1.3 million in 2012, and $1.7 million in 2012-2013. This amount included base salaries, pay-per-view bonuses for events like WrestleMania 28, and royalties from merchandise like his Best in the World t-shirts, which by 2014 had sold over 500,000 pieces. After leaving WWE in 2014, Punk joined All Elite Wrestling, AEW, in August 2021. He is said to make $3 million a year as a main event wrestler in fights against stars like MJF and Jon Moxley. His return to WWE at Survivor Series 2023 got a record-breaking response from the crowd. As a result, he probably got a deal worth $2.2 million a year until 2026. Selling merchandise is still a good way to make money. Since 2021, AEW's Punk-themed hoodies and WWE's reprinted GTS shirts have brought in a total of $1 million. The main source of Punk's wealth is his wrestling income, which is increased by the fact that he can sell out stadiums like Chicago's United Center. Brock Lesnar's wrestling earnings show that he is a world-class businessman. He joined WWE in 2002 and beat The Rock at SummerSlam to win the WWE Championship when he was 25 years old. His current WWE deal, worth $12 million a year, makes him the highest-paid wrestler for the company. This is because he helped sell tickets and pay-per-views for events like WrestleMania 38, which had 65,719 fans. Lesnar has won 7 WWE Championships, 3 Universal Championships, and the King of the Ring title in 2002. His main event matches against Roman Reigns, John Cena, and The Undertaker brought in more than $100 million in pay-per-view sales. His Suplex City t-shirts, hats, and posters have sold 1.2 million units since 2015, which has earned him $5 million in fees. He makes even more money from pay-per-view bonuses, like $1 million for WrestleMania 36. WWE made $1.3 billion in 2022, which was partly due to Lesnar's matches. This shows that Lesnar consistently draws big crowds, which is how he built his $20 million wealth. Wrestling is just the start. Both athletes tried mixed martial arts, but their experiences were very different. After leaving WWE in 2014, Punk joined the UFC. His first fight was against Mickey Gall at UFC 203 in September 2016. He won the fight and got an extra $100,000 in pay-per-view shares, even though he lost in the first round. His second fight, at UFC 225 in June 2018 against Mike Jackson, earned him $53,000, but there were no big awards because he lost again. Punk's 0-2 record in the UFC meant that he only made $653,000 in MMA, which is a small portion of what he made in wrestling. The UFC run, on the other hand, kept him in the public eye and made it possible for his AEW start. which 1.1 million people watched. From 2008 to 2011 and again in 2016, Lesnar's UFC job brought in a lot of money. In 7 fights, he made a total of $5.3 million. The biggest win was his victory over Randy Couture at UFC 91 in 2008, which sold 1.01 million pay-per-views and got him $450,000. With 1.2 million buys, his fight against Mark Hunt at UFC 200 in 2016 made $2.5 million, which was the most money he had ever made from a single fight. He also won $400,000 for beating Frank Mir at UFC 100 and $250,000 for fighting Shane Carwin at UFC 116, which were both very popular events. Because Lesnar was 5'3" and held the title, his fights were the most expensive in the UFC, which added millions to his wealth. Unlike Punk, Lesnar's success in mixed martial arts made him more marketable in wrestling. His fame in the UFC increased the value of his WWE deal. Both athletes found other ways to make money besides fighting. Punk tried his hand at acting and got paid $200,000 for her role in Girl on the Third Floor, 2019, $150,000 for Jacob's Wife, and $100,000 for Rabid, his part as Ricky Rabies in Heels, 2021 to 2023. On Stars paid $300,000 over 2 seasons, and a part he will play in Revival, 2025, is expected to pay $250,000. As a creative side job, Punk wrote for Marvel Comics and made $50,000 from projects like Drax, #1 in 2015, and Thor Annual #1. The endorsements aren't very big. For example, Punk promoted Mindy's Bakery in Chicago during an AEW promo in 2022, which brought in $10,000 in local funding. But his product does very well. In 2023, WWE sold 100,000 CM Punk shirts for $30 each, which added $3 million to his brand. Punk's acting and products, while not as important as his wrestling, show how versatile he is. The side businesses that Lesnar runs are more risky. His endorsements with Dymatize Nutrition, a supplement brand, and Death Clutch, a exercise clothing line, bring in $1.5 million a year by using his tough image. When Lesnar's Bearded Butcher Brock Lesnar Beef opened in 2020, it sold 4-ounce bags of beef jerky for $9.99 each. Each year, it sold 50,000 bags, which brought in $500,000. The Ohio-based company plays on Lesnar's love of shooting, which fans like. Since 2010, his Beast Incarnate shirts and caps have sold 1.5 million units, which has brought in an extra $6 million in fees. Lesnar's businesses, especially his beef jerky business, make him more money than Punk, who doesn't own any businesses. Real estate is a big part of their wealth and shows how they live. Punk owns 2 very valuable homes. He bought a 9,000-square-foot condo in Westtown, Chicago for $2.15 million in 2010. It has 7 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms with heated floors, and a living room that is 2 stories tall and has windows that go all the way to the sky. In the kitchen, there are marble countertops and handmade wood cabinets. There are also 2 decks with views of the city. There is a whirlpool tub and a black bookcase sitting area in the master bedroom. It goes up in value in Chicago's booming market and is worth $2.7 million in 2025. In 2021, Punk bought a $4 million Spanish-style house in Los Feliz, a neighborhood in Los Angeles where many famous people live. It has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a living room with a fireplace, and a kitchen with stainless steel tools. The house is 3,700 square feet and was built in 1937. A 9,300 square foot lot with big trees provides shade for a pool, wet bar, 2-car garage, and guest house with a full bathroom. Punk's urban portfolio, worth a total of $6.7 million, shows smart investments in places that people want to live in. Lesnar's real estate focuses on privacy in country areas. He bought his main home, a $2.1 million ranch in Merrifield, Saskatchewan, Canada, in 2014. It has acres of fields that are great for shooting. The main house has 4 bedrooms, 4-inch wood paneling, and updated features like a stone fireplace. Lesnar used to own a 43-acre ranch in Independence, Minnesota. He bought it for $783,500 in 2003 and sold it for $750,000 in 2014, losing $33,500. The house was 3,200 square feet and had a private lake, a fireplace, 4 bedrooms, and 4 baths. In Alexandria, Minnesota, there is another home on 40 acres that is for sale for $850,000 in 2020. It has a 2,800 square foot home with 4 bedrooms, a kitchen with marble countertops, a hot tub, and a guest house with a kitchen and bathroom. A shed that has been fixed up is used to store cars, and a modern office lets people work from home. Lesnar's property, which was worth $2.85 million while he owned it, fits his private outdoor lifestyle and is the opposite of Punk's glamorous city life. Vehicles show off how rich someone is on wheels. Punk's garage is a mix of old and new luxury. His Mercedes-Benz G-Class SUV, which ranges in price from $150,000 to $540,000, has a V8 engine with 570 horsepower that makes it perfect for driving around town. A restored yellow muscle car called a 1970 Chevrolet Camaro costs $50,000. An Audi A6 with a 335 horsepower turbo engine costs $58,000. A Jeep Wagoneer with a 5.7-liter V8 engine costs $60,000. A Chevrolet Suburban with 355 horsepower costs $62,000. A Mercedes-Benz CLS with 429 horsepower and a time to 60 miles per hour of 4.5 seconds costs $77,000. Finally, a Range Rover Vogue with 395 horsepower and premium leather costs $90,000. Punk's collection, which is worth $547,000, shows how sophisticated he is in the city. Lesnar's cars are all about speed. His $88,000 Cadillac Escalade has a 420 horsepower V8 engine that works great on country roads. A 702 horsepower off-road capable Dodge Ram 1050 TRX is one of the other cars for sale. There is also a 285 horsepower hybrid Jeep Wrangler for $75,000, a matching numbers Chevrolet Suburban for $62,000, and a 200 horsepower classic Dodge Power Wagon for $26,000. Lesnar's collection, which is worth $336,000, fits his rough way of life. Even though he totaled a Harley-Davidson in a 2004 accident, his love of motorcycles gives him an edge, though specific models are not mentioned. Punk has an edge because his collection costs more. Their travel habits show how they live. Punk lives in Chicago and Los Angeles and often takes commercial trips or rents planes to get to wrestling, movie, and comic book events. He showed his daring side by renting a de Havilland Canada DHC 6 Twin Otter for $3,750 an hour and going flying at 13,500 feet in 2019. With 3.5 million Instagram followers, his urban lifestyle lives on meet and greets, with fans and media appearances, which help spread his brand. Lesnar values his privacy and only travels for WWE or endorsements. He lives on a ranch in Saskatchewan. It is said that he uses a Gulfstream G4 jet, which can carry 20 people and costs $7,200 an hour or $4.5 million as a whole. Even though the owner hasn't been proven, WWE kept a jet for Lesnar from 2012 to 2020. So he could travel in style. His life in the country, centered around hunting and family, is different from Punk's public city life, where jet travel is a sign of elite standing. Investments finish off their accounts. Punk's biggest asset is a house worth $6.7 million. Homes in Chicago and Los Angeles are worth 5% more each year. He gets small endorsements like Mindy's Bakery, $10,000 a year, and comic writing, $50,000 total. But he doesn't have any companies that are named after him. Punk's cautious plan uses his fame as a wrestler to keep things stable. Lesnar has a wide range of interests. His bearded butcher business brings in $500,000. Endorsements for Dymatize and Death Clutch bring in an extra $1.5 million. His $2.85 million home isn't as valuable as the $1 million he's rumored to have invested in sports and exercise. Because Lesnar loves hunts, his beef jerky brand gives him an edge. The winner is chosen by scoring key places. Lesnar is worth $20 million more than Punk, who is worth $12 million. Lesnar wins by 1 point. He makes $12 million a year in WWE, which is more than Punk's $3 million AEW high. In the UFC, Lesnar made $5.3 million, which is 3 times as much as Punk's $653,000. Punk's home is worth $6.7 million more than Lesnar's, which gives Punk a point. His collection of $547,000 beats Lesnar's $336,000 collection, giving him another win. Lesnar wins a fourth because his business and connections are better than Punk's. Lesnar got 4 points and Punk got 2. Brock Lesnar wins and is now worth $20 million, more than CM Punk's $12 million. With a $12 million WWE pay, $5.3 million in UFC earnings, and a $500,000 beef jerky business, Lesnar has built a huge empire. His private, high-class lifestyle is shown by his ranch in Saskatchewan and his jet trips. Punk has an impressive $12 million, which he made from wrestling, and $6.7 million from buying real estate in cities. His home in Los Angeles and Mercedes G-Class give off an air of city sophistication. Both have built legacies with hard work and ability, but Lesnar's wealth is more diverse and makes it the winner. Tell us what you think about this money fight in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity showdowns.